Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and again we're talking about the new iOS 18.4 Beta 1. Now this is the third video I'm doing on this update since the Beta 1 release, and we have another 10 new features to talk about. This update is actually amazing, a ton of new features and changes, and we have almost 40 new features and changes to talk about with iOS 18.4, and it's just Beta 1, so it's a big update. So let's first go ahead and talk about the control center. So as you might have seen on my previous video, we talked about the toggles of the control center with iOS 18.4. They do actually represent the signal. We talked about the cellular one, but if you take a look at the Wi-Fi as well, it will also represent the signal strength for Wi-Fi, which is really great. Another amazing detail right there on the control center. Another thing that has changed right here is the rearrangement of the toggles. It's much better, and you can see it won't just move around all the different toggles. It actually waits for you to position the toggle wherever you want. It's much better with this update. Apple has made a huge improvement there, and if you're just trying to actually rearrange the toggles of the control center, you will notice the big difference with this update. Another new feature, and this one is for devices with Apple Intelligence, can be found under Accessibility. If you go here and then go under Siri, you will find Type to Siri at the top right there. Now, of course, with the new Siri and Apple Intelligence, all you have to do is just double tap on the bar right there at the bottom of your home screen, but now you can also use the side button if you enable it right here. Now I know this is a feature that has been here for a really long time for other devices, not devices with Apple Intelligence, but now if you don't want to use that gesture, you can actually use the side button. And when you go to Type to Siri, you will see a new animation. So if I just type something here or ask Siri something here, you will notice that it has basically like a new animation, and it will actually just bring Siri down here. It will bring the keyboard down and will show you the results right there at the top, giving you a much cleaner look of your home screen or wherever you are that you're requesting that question from Siri. And we have a new change here for the Mail app as well. So you can notice when I go to an email, if I delete it, it will actually not select any other messages. So it will have two different options here. So you can basically go to the settings, and if you go under apps and then go to Mail here, you will notice that if you just scroll down, you will have a new option. So it says delete or move message action. So you can view the next message. So once you have deleted a message, it will directly go back to the next one, or you can just not select any message and it will bring you back to your inbox or just not show any other message. You will also find a new settings for photos, so head on to your apps and search for photos, and when you go here you will have a new button where you can enable or disable to show recently viewed and the shared photos. So with iOS 18 and the new Photos app, you will have basically a place where you have all your recently viewed photos or the shared photos with you. If you don't want to see that no longer on your Photos app, you can simply disable it right here. And on the Passwords app, you will now have that circle right there that will show you the time for your codes. So if you have codes set up on the Passwords app, you will see that circle right there, basically indicating the expiration of that code that you currently have for whatever that is, a website or an app, whatever that is. So for verification codes, you will now see that little bar right there at the top. Now, just like for the focus modes on the control center, Apple has also added these little arrows right there on the phone app. So when you have two or more phone numbers on your iPhone, you can tap those little arrows right there to actually switch between different lines. Now, this was here before, but now they have added these arrows indicating that there is actually a menu. On Safari, when you go to website, if you tap right here on that button and then you tap the three dots, you will now see here connection security details. If you tap that button, it will give you all the different details regarding your connection with that website. So you can see right here everything that you need to know, and you will also have a section here to even go to more details. So everything regarding the certificates for the websites that you actually visit can be found right here. and the cool feature that I showed you guys previously for Siri, which basically gives you like different tips, what you can do in different like apps, is actually working everywhere now on iOS 18.4. So you can see right here, if I just invoke Siri in Safari, it will give me this suggestion. If I just tap right here, it will show me a few different things here that it can actually do within Safari, and this will happen within every app. It will show you different things that Siri will be able to do for you on those apps. Now, while talking here about Safari, this is not a new feature on iOS 18.4, it is an update from ChatGPT. I did a video on this yesterday, but if you have missed that, there's a cool new feature. We can now actually use ChatGPT as your Safari search engine. Now, all you have to do, of course, after you have installed ChatGPT on your iPhone, you tap that little button right there on Safari, you go to Manage Extensions and make sure that you have enabled right here ChatGPT search, and then instead of using Google, you can just go ahead and right here use ChatGPT to search for anything you want on Safari. Now, as far as battery life goes, it is okay, with of course it being the beta 1 and this device right here being at 91% battery health. Of course, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. You can take a look right here at the performance that it did the last few days, like 50% battery here today, 4 hours and 9 minutes. Then we have here with 110% battery, we have 8 hours 8 minutes, 125% battery, 11 hours 3 minutes. It's not the greatest ever, but again, of course, this is still the first beta and it's just a few days after we have installed this on the device, so it should be way better in the next few days. So what to expect next? Well, I would expect, of course, the second beta of iOS 18.4 to be released the next week. Most likely the 3rd or the 4th of March will be the days then we get the new iOS 18.4 beta 2, and I'm really excited about this update because iOS 18.4 looks to be like an amazing update with a ton of new features and changes. Most likely they will be adding a lot more with this second beta. Now, as far as the public release goes, that will happen sometime in middle of the April. In my opinion, should be the 14th, maybe the 15th of April. Those are the dates that I'm expecting Apple to actually release the iOS 18.4 to the public. Now, in the meantime, there will most likely be another update. iOS 18.3.2 might be released sometime in March here, maybe towards the beginning of March, the 1st or the 2nd week. We should also see a smaller update coming to iOS 18, of course, before the public release of 18.4. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you on the next one.